Hi, my name is Angie Hughes, and this is a tag video. It's called Future Science, and it was sent to me by my son Spencer. Now, this is my first YouTube video. The first question in my video is, would you want to live to be 150? My answer is, only if I can be a healthy and capable individual right up until my dying day. I don't want to spend my later years dragging on in a parody of life. I'd much rather be that old lady that keeps surprising people. But honestly, 60, 70, 100, 150, 200, they're just numbers. It's more important to me to live while I'm alive than to count how long I have left. I think if I live 40 years and enjoy it, then I'm much better off than if I live 150 and don't. My second question is, do you think men should be allowed to have babies? This is a complicated question for me to answer. My immediate reaction is yes, I think men should be allowed to if they want to. But the reason it's complicated for me is because as a transsexual woman, I know what it's like to have a penis and desperately wish that I had a vagina instead. I would give so much to be able to carry and give birth to a child from my own body. And I think the idea of man versus woman is kind of a broken idea anyway. There's more than just the two genders. It's not a binary system. And there's a lot more involved in defining yourself as male, female, or something else than just the presence and type of your sex organs. So, on to my next question. Do you think we should be able to control the weather? I think that if we started controlling the weather, we would inevitably screw it up. Nature is very powerful, and she doesn't like people playing with her toys. She can get pretty vindictive. That being said, it's human nature to try anyway, so I think we'll end up trying to. We already try to, but it doesn't work so well. And if we do eventually get control over the weather, I think we'll just mess things up for ourselves. Now, my next question is, do you think that we should clone extinct animals? I believe strongly in evolution. I think that if we try to bring back creatures that died out naturally without human interference, they'll probably just die out again. I mean, I'm sure there are some situations where their situations may have changed, and there's the predators that were there no longer are. But for the most part, I think if they died out naturally, they did it for good reasons. I think that's the way nature works. That being said, animals that humankind has hunted to extinction or drove out of their homes, I think it might be good to clone those creatures. I think that it will alter the natural ecosystems that exist now, but just about every change does that anyway, and I don't think that adding things back that have been taken away is going to cause any major impact. And regardless, anything that we change is going to eventually go find its own equilibrium anyway, because that's how nature works. My next question. Do you think that people should be able to choose the sex of their child? No, I absolutely do not. I think that the child should be allowed to choose his or her own sex as need be, but I think that parents who choose the sex of their child can only do harm to their child, sometimes permanent, irreparable harm. And my last question for this video, do you think parents should have the right to know where their children are at all times? I do think that. As a parent myself, I know that I worry whenever I don't know where my children are. And that eases up some as they grow, but it never completely goes away. I think that as long as a child is dependent upon their parents need to know where that child is. That's all of my questions for today. Thank you all for viewing. Bye.